next week. So you saw that garbage from Lidia Thorpe. The other side of that was Hollie Hughes. And Hollie Hughes and I had a chance to talk before in Canberra.
Look, it was just extraordinary. So last night the Senate sat through till 4 o'clock this morning. It was quite the marathon session. But when Senator Thorpe came in to give her contribution, I was in the chamber and a colleague was sitting behind me, and she was about, I don't know, 3/4 of the way through. The length of her speech was anticipated to be. And she started to give some acknowledgement of country. And I just turned around to my colleague and said, oh, how many times are we going to do this today? You know, this happens regularly in Parliament House. It was a flippant comment. Obviously, all those years of speech and drama training that I had, my voice carried up the chamber, at which point I was accused of being racist. I don't personally think it was racist. It certainly wasn't racistly motivated, perhaps frustratingly motivated, because during this speech, Senator Thorpe had consistently referred to non-Indigenous Australians as colonisers. And, you know, Paul, I'm getting fed up to the back teeth with Lidia Thorpe referring to anyone who's not Indigenous as a coloniser. I find that racist. I find it offensive.
Do you think there might be a chance that she got an early copy of some of the newspapers that had stories about her today and the apparent treatment of an Aboriginal elder at Canberra Airport, which again, I mean, just Lidia Thorpe is unlucky. I mean, everywhere she goes, she becomes the story. Canberra Airport, she's unlucky. Remember the racism of Virgin when they wouldn't let her board the flight because her bag was too big? So maybe she was trying to change the subject and yet again try to use you as the way to change the subject.
I find her behaviour bizarre, to say the least. I can make no other assumption that she wants to be the centre of attention, because why else would you continue to draw this attention towards yourself? But what was interesting last night in the Senate, it can get a little rowdy. It can get a little fierce across those interjections in the chamber. It's not unusual. It's probably a tactic we use to stay awake when we're sitting till 4 o'clock in the morning. But, you know, one of the conventions is if you say something that someone says, you know, hey, that's not on, people withdraw. And what was interesting about last night was that Senator Thorpe refused to withdraw and in fact doubled down. It is very improper to double down. It is very improper to offer an explanation. It is just, I withdraw. And she is refusing to do that, which I think, again, is just very poor form. But again, not surprising of Lidia.